This video will cover problems 5 through 8 on 4-24 and 4-25. So now we are going to look at story problems that will be in standard form. So standard form is when we have ax plus by is equal to c. So you will be finding an a and a b and a c from your problems. You're going to be looking for three numbers. We use these when we're comparing or talking about two different quantities. So if you go back up to what we did here, we had a starting amount and then a rate, a slope. Here you're going to have two different things that you're comparing. So our first one is talking about hamburgers and hot dogs. So I would write off to the side, x is going to be hamburgers, y is going to be hot dogs. Okay, so just so that you know which one's which. So 2 hamburgers would be 2x plus 3 hot dogs would be 3y, cost a total of $19.05. So that's the first part of it, is to set up that equation. Then hamburgers cost $5.25. So hamburgers was the x. So then you're going to put $5.25 in for x and then solve for y. Again, some of you can do this without showing a whole lot of work, but I'll write the whole thing out. So that is how you would set that up. 2 times 525 plus 3y is equal to 1905. So that would be 1050. Again, some of you would be able to do that without actually writing that step out, which is fine. Basically, you need to know that you spent 1050 on hamburgers. So how much was each hot dog? So then you subtract 1050 and we get 1905 minus 1050. I put my stuff in there wrong. 855. Divide by 3 and we get 285. So one hamburger costs 285. So on your actual answers, you need to have those two things. Your equation with an x and a y and a number, and then the cost, in this case, of each hot dog was 285. All right. Here we're talking about tickets at a school play. You can buy them advanced or at the door. So I'm going to say x is advance and y is at the door. So again, not something you have to do. Some people would choose to use different variables. You could use a for advanced and d for door if you want. You don't have to use x and y. So we would do 4x plus 5y, again, whatever variables you want, would be equal to 440. So that's the first part. So now it says no tickets were sold in advance. So that means you're going to put a 0 in for x. So 4 times 0 plus 5y is equal to 440. Anything times 0 just goes away, so 5y equals 440. Divide by 5. And we end up with 88. So 88 tickets were sold at the door. So there's the answer, both answers that you need, an equation and then an answer to the actual question. Number 7, we have dimes and quarters. So right off the bat, I'm going to use x is dimes and y is quarters. Again, if you would rather use d and q, you can do that. This one gives us the total value, so you need to know how much a dime and a quarter is worth. A dime is worth 10 cents. So you do 0.10x plus 0.25 for a quarter, y, is equal to 1140. So it didn't give you the numbers. You need to know how much each coin is worth. It says she has 36 quarters. How many dimes does she have? So we're going to plug 36 in for Y. And solve there. Again, if you don't want to set it up as an equation, you just know, okay, 25 cents times 36 gives me $9. So that means she has $9 in quarters. So then if I take 9 away, I know I'm left with $2.40. Divide that by a dime, 0.1. And we end up with 24. So 24 dimes is what she would have. So again, you need your equation that relates your two things, in this case, dimes and quarters, and then answer the question. Okay, and our last one, our marching band is selling gift wrap. So we have solid and printed. So I'm going to call X the solid and Y the printed. If you would rather use S and P, you can do that. It's totally up to you. So $3.50 for a solid roll. So $3.50X plus $5 for a printed roll. So 5Y is equal to $2,500. There's the equation you would need. The band is selling 325 rolls of printed, so that needs to go in for Y. So 350X plus 5 times 325 is equal to 2,500. So again, there's the equation that you would set up to solve it. If you don't want to do that, you know just to multiply and then subtract. That's totally fine. So 350X plus 1625 is equal to 2,500. Subtract, and we end up with 350X is equal to 875. So then divide by 350, and we get 250 rolls of solid paper would be your answer. So again, you need your equation that relates your two different objects, and then your answer to the question.